Hello, YouTube, and welcome again to another segment of Tips to Heal. I'm Angela Marrow, coming live from my home to wherever you are, and I'd like to welcome you. Thanks for joining. Got my regular question. Coffee, anyone? I'm having a cup myself. It's delicious. For years, coffee has been on a seesaw of acceptance and rejection. 1 minute coffee is good for you, the next minute it's bad for you. Well, recent research has now determined again that coffee is good for you. There's a group called the Cardiovascular Risk Factors, Aging, and Dementia group that did a study of about 1,400 people over the age of 21. And these people drank 3 to 5 cups of coffee a day, and they watched them up to midlife. And what they found was that they decreased their risk of dementia by 65%. In Sweden, women that drink at least 1 cup of coffee a day saw a decrease in their risk of stroke by 22 to 25%. Many studies exist on the consumption of caffeinated coffee, having the ability to cut mouth and throat cancer risk by 50%. And there are other studies out there that found that caffeine reduced the risk of many types of cancers. The cancers are prostate cancer, uterine cancer, brain, lung, skin, colon, breast, liver, and lung. And it also reduced the risk of type 2 diabetes. Coffee is loaded with antioxidants, and they help prevent cell damage or the damage that's caused by cell oxidation. Coffee is also known to be good for your mood, as well as general cognitive function. And I need to drink a little more coffee. Caffeine can make some people jittery, and it's also known to be slightly addictive. If we overdo anything, it can be slightly addictive. And some people do experience headaches, as well as withdrawal symptoms when they miss a day. That doesn't happen to me. But you need to watch, if you're going to drink coffee, watch adding the synthetic sugars, artificial flavorings, the hormone-filled milk, high fructose corn syrup. Takes away from the beneficial nature of the coffee. Again, we must take all this information with a grain of salt and everything in moderation. Your coffee, like your food, should be organic. Conventional coffee is the most chemically treated food in the world. Synthetic fertilizers, pesticides, herbicides, fungicides, insecticides, other sides. Geez, another chemical cocktail. It's bad for the environment, our soil, the air, the water, and it's highly toxic to the human health. Now, organic coffee, on the other hand, uses no synthetic fertilizers or chemicals. Organic coffee uses organic fertilizers like compost and chicken manure. It's much richer in antioxidants, and it tastes better too. I'm a witness. But this video is not about drinking coffee. As I mentioned in previous videos, I will be sharing with you the healing solutions that I took on my journey to wellness. Well, one of them was coffee enemas. That's right. I said coffee enemas. Coffee going the other way. I found out about them as I was researching natural cures for cancer, and I found that there were many. The popularity of coffee enemas dates back to the early 1920s with Dr. Max Gerson and his chemical cancer protocol that he developed using coffee enemas. And it was part of his detoxification program called the Gerson therapy. As I mentioned before, I kind of made up my own protocol using bits and pieces of different protocols that I found via the internet as I was searching for what I needed. You know, I suffered with opioid-induced constipation, OIC, before it got its name. And many of you that are using multiple prescription drugs have constipation as a common side effect. Those drugs there, yeah, I had a lot of those. Coffee enemas help to push waste matter through the colon much faster as it increases peristalsis. Peristalsis. Got it. Peristalsis is the weak force, sort of like a gentle muscle contraction, like a ripple effect that forces waste materials through the intestines. My reason for using coffee enemas was to detoxify my liver and to deal with my cancer issues as well as my constipation issues. And I was really that. Coffee enemas help the body to eliminate toxins. It helps it by eliminating tumors and diseased and dead tissue. It also helps remove the harmful toxins that are found in chemotherapy, as well as fungus, yeast, heavy metals, fatty acids. Using the coffee helps our liver and gallbladder to function as it was designed. According to the Gerson Institute, which was started by Charlotte Gerson, which is the daughter of Max Gerson. She started it in 1977, and they've been doing some awesome work on cancer therapy as well as just overall health therapy. They state that coffee enemas stimulate enzymes, the enzyme systems in the liver and the intestinal walls. This helps to increase bioflow, which eliminates toxic residues. Now, there is an enzyme that is involved with detoxification, and it's called glutathione S-transferase. This enzyme, called by some to be the mother of all antioxidants, is one of the most important molecules in helping keep you healthy. Glutathione is key in stimulating blood flow to the liver and helping to detoxify it. It helps remove free radicals from the bloodstream, and it is an antioxidant, an anti-inflammatory, as well as a blood cleanser. There are 117,000 peer-reviewed scientific studies that have been done on glutathione alone. So science is really interested. Coffee enemas, according to Dr. Max Gerson, dilate the bile duct and stimulates the production of glutathione. Our bodies do make some glutathione. However, the toxins from our standard American diet, sad, as well as pollution, stress, prescription medications, aging, all those things deplete our glutathione levels. This depletion actually leaves us open to infection and disease and cancer, free radicals. So glutathione helps in the destruction of free radicals. Says Dr. Gerson, cancer may be reversed. I'm a witness. Glutathione S-transferase removes free radicals or atomic particles called electrophiles. And increases this activity up to 600 to 700% above its normal activity. Now, here's what you're going to need. The old-fashioned water bottle, or douche bag, as some people may call it. But it's an enema bag, and there are other forms. I think Gerson sells one that looks like a bucket, and it also has the tubing. But you're going to need this, and you're going to need organic coffee. Now, you can use organic coffee that is ground, or you can use the coffee beans. I think that sometimes when we buy the ground, we're not sure how long it's been in the bag. And if you buy the the beans, at least when you do grind it, you know that it's fresh. Well, you're going to need 3 tablespoons of organic coffee in a quart or 4 cups of distilled or purified water. Add that to a boiler, bring it to a boil, and once it boils, drop the fire down or the heat down and allow it to simmer for 15 minutes. Now, you're going to allow this to cool because you don't want to burn up the inside. You're going to allow it to cool down to body temperature. And it's sort of like lukewarm, and kind of do the baby milk test on your wrist to make sure that it's cool enough to be administered without causing any bodily damage. And then you're going to take that cooled coffee, remove the cap here, and pour it into your enema bag. Attach your hose, of course. And you're going to need to find yourself a nice, comfortable place where you can lay down on your side. Towel, possibly, somewhere close to a bathroom, preferably. And once you get that on, then you're going to open up this valve and allow some of the coffee to flow out. And that releases the air bubbles. By all means, close that puppy when you get ready to do your thing, because I made the mistake of leaving it open one time and I had coffee all over the place. It just went wild. Anyway, you're going to add that coffee gently, slowly into your body via the rectum. And you're going to use this little tube here. You can add a little coconut oil here to ease the insertion. And I hope I'm not grossing you out. But you're going to hold it once you've allowed all of it, and a quart will go in there. You're going to hold it for 15 minutes lying on your right side. Now, it's amazing, but your blood, every 3 minutes, passes through your liver. So as you hold this quart of coffee in your body for 15 minutes, your blood will have passed through your liver at least 5 times. The caffeine enters the intestine via the hepatic duct, and it stimulates the dilation of the blood vessels and the bile ducts and relaxes smooth muscle tissue, and it increases bile flow, and bile is necessary for proper digestion. It's kind of like a liver dialysis, so to speak. Medical literature states that it's reasonable and it's repeatable, medical literature states that it's repeatable safely, even many times a day. I started out doing 4 to 5 coffee enemas a day, and I think over the course of time I decreased it down to once a week, and as I got better and better, I decreased it down to once a month for maintenance. Remember, stay hydrated during this time, because using the coffee enemas can dehydrate you rather rapidly if you're using multiple enemas a day. I leave you with 7 good reasons to do coffee enemas. And I'll post them and I'll leave them as I say goodbye. And I look forward to seeing you on our next meeting, our next segment. Of course, I'm not going to tell you what it's about. I want you to show up and be surprised. I hope you have a wonderful day or night, wherever you may be.